Why is God making you a millionaire? Because he knows exactly what you'll do when the money shows up. He's not just giving you wealth for comfort, he's preparing you to handle responsibility. $1 million in the wrong hands can destroy a person, but in the right hands, it can feed families, build schools, support ministries, and change entire communities. God sees your heart, and when he trusts you with more, it's because you've proven you can be faithful with less. Think about how you've handled the small blessings in your life. Every time you honored him with what little you had, every time you gave when no one was watching, every time you sacrificed for someone else. He noticed. Those weren't wasted moments. Those were tests, and you passed them. That's why he's positioning you for more. Being a millionaire isn't about the money. It's about the mission. It's about you becoming a steward of resources that were never meant to just sit in your account, but to flow through your life into the lives of others. Money amplifies who you already are. If you're generous now, you'll be unstoppable when God multiplies your resources. If you're faithful now, he can trust you with abundance. God is making you a millionaire so you can break cycles that have held your family back for generations. He's giving you the ability to create opportunities that you never had, to open doors for people who would have never gotten a chance. Your wealth isn't just for you. It's a weapon against poverty, against fear, against lack. And when people ask how you did it, you'll point back to him. You'll remind them it wasn't luck. It wasn't chance. It wasn't just hard work. It was God's plan. Because the truth is, money doesn't just show up. Purpose does. And that's why he's raising you up. Why is God making you a millionaire? Because he knows the plans he has for you are bigger than the limits you've set for yourself. He isn't concerned about where you started, how much education you had, or what background you came from. He sees the full picture. He sees the seeds you planted in secret, the moments you chose obedience over convenience, and the nights you prayed for more even when your bank account said less. He knows that when he increases you, you won't just consume it, you'll multiply it. That's why he's preparing to pour out blessings that don't make sense to the world, but make perfect sense to the one who's been faithful in private. You see, money is not just about numbers on a screen or paper in your hand. It's about trust. It's about God trusting you with influence, with resources, with the ability to carry out his vision on earth. $1 million is not the reward. It's the assignment. It's the tool he's giving you to step into the purpose he's been shaping in you for years. Every challenge you faced was not random. It was preparation. Every season where you felt lack wasn't punishment, it was training. God was teaching you how to stretch, how to survive, how to appreciate every dollar, because the one who appreciates little can be trusted with much. Think about the times when you didn't know how the bills were going to get paid, but somehow you made it through. That wasn't just survival, that was training ground. God wanted you to know what it felt like to rely on him so that when the millions come, you don't forget the source. Because money without perspective is dangerous. But money with gratitude and wisdom becomes powerful. And he's raising you to be powerful, not careless. A millionaire mindset doesn't start with millions, it starts with faith. It starts with the belief that God can do exceedingly, abundantly above all you can ask or imagine. If you're thinking small, you'll stay small. But if you dare to dream with God, you'll realize he never intended for you to just scrape by. He designed you to be a blessing, and blessings overflow. You can't bless others from an empty cup. That's why he's filling yours until it runs over. And maybe you're wondering, why me? Why would God choose me to walk this path? Look at your story. Look at the battles you've fought, the storms you've survived. Some people went through less than you and quit. But you're still here. You're still believing. You're still pushing forward. That resilience isn't just personality. It's purpose. God chose you because you've proven that you won't let adversity stop you. He chose you because he knows you'll use your wealth to lift others, not just yourself. He chose you because you're not chasing money, you're chasing mission. Money is a magnifier. It makes the selfish more selfish and the generous more generous. That's why he didn't give it to you too early. He needed to shape your heart first. He needed to prune the parts of you that would have mishandled it. If he gave it to you when you were unprepared, it would have crushed you instead of lifted you. But now, he's built character inside of you that can carry the weight of wealth. You don't just want to be rich, you want to be impactful. You don't just want possessions, you want purpose. And that's exactly the kind of person God can trust with abundance. Imagine what happens when you step into that level of blessing. Families are fed because of your generosity. Children go to school because you funded their education. Churches are built, hospitals are supported, communities are transformed, all because God trusted you with resources. That's what being a millionaire looks like in God's hands. It's not flashy, it's fruitful. It's not about showing off, it's about showing up. You'll show up where people have lost hope, and you'll bring solutions. You'll show up where opportunities are scarce, and you'll create doors where walls used to be. But let's be clear, the journey to millions is not about shortcuts. It's about stewardship. It's about discipline, about learning to manage what you already have with excellence. God isn't waiting to see how you'll handle $1 million. He's watching how you handle 100. Are you faithful with the little? Are you giving when no one is watching? Are you disciplined when it's tempting to waste? Because if you're faithful in the small, the large will come. Wealth follows wisdom. That's why you've been through the seasons you've been through. He's been teaching you financial wisdom, emotional stability, spiritual maturity. He's been training you to detach your identity from money so that when money comes, it doesn't own you, you own it. You see, a millionaire mindset doesn't just say, I want money. It says, I want freedom. Freedom to say yes to what matters. Freedom to say no to what doesn't. Freedom to serve. Freedom to give. Freedom to build. Freedom to bless. That's why God is setting you up for more, because he's preparing you to live in freedom, not bondage. Don't be surprised if your circle changes on this journey. Not everyone can handle the version of you God is raising up. Some people liked you better when you were struggling because it made them comfortable, but wealth exposes relationships. It shows who's really for you and who was only for what you didn't have. But don't be discouraged by that. God will surround you with the right people, people who push you, people who protect the vision, people who don't just want to take from you but want to build with you. Understand this. Being a millionaire in God's plan is not about status, it's about strategy. He's using you as a vessel, a carrier of resources for kingdom purpose. And when he puts that much into your hands, he's saying, I trust you. Don't take that lightly. It means you're chosen. It means you're set apart. It means you're an answer to prayers someone else hasn't even prayed yet. Somebody right now is asking God for help, and he's preparing you to be the answer. Somebody's child is praying for a future, and your wealth will make it possible. Somebody's dream is waiting for funding, and you'll be the one to unlock it. That's why he's making you a millionaire. It's not about hoarding. It's about helping. It's not about status. It's about service. Every millionaire moment you're walking into is connected to legacy. This isn't just about you. It's about generations. It's about rewriting your family story. It's about breaking generational curses of poverty, lack, and limitation. It's about showing your children what abundance looks like when it's guided by faith. It's about leaving behind more than money. You'll leave behind principles, values, a blueprint for how to live in overflow without losing yourself. So don't apologize for the wealth God is bringing into your life. Don't downplay it. Don't shrink back. Don't let anyone shame you for it, because they don't know the process you went through to get here. They don't know the tears, the sacrifices, the sleepless nights, the faith it took to keep going when nothing made sense. They see the blessing, but they don't know the battle. And that's okay, because you and God know the full story. You're not becoming a millionaire by accident. You're becoming a millionaire by design. Every step, every setback, every victory has been leading you here. And when it finally manifests, you'll know it wasn't random. It was divine timing. Because God doesn't just give wealth, he releases it at the moment you're ready to carry it. And you're ready now. Ready not just to spend, but to sow. Ready not just to enjoy, but to empower. Ready not just to live in abundance, but to lead in abundance. Because when God decides to elevate you, he doesn't just look at your present, he looks at your preparation. He examines the way you endured when no one was applauding you, the way you kept sowing seeds when no harvest was in sight, the way you still praised him in scarcity. That's the heart he trusts with millions. A millionaire's life built on self alone can collapse in pride, but a millionaire's life built on God's assignment can't be shaken. That's why he's aligning you with increase. Not because he wants you to be consumed by money, but because he wants you to be consumed by purpose. Think about how far you've already come. There were moments you could have given up, times when quitting would have been easier, nights when silence screamed louder than your prayers, but you kept showing up, you kept believing, even when doubt was whispering in your ear. That perseverance is the reason God is setting you apart. He's saying, if you didn't give up with nothing, you won't give up with something. If you were faithful in the drought, I can trust you in the downpour. And that's what wealth is. It's a downpour. It's the rain after the dry season. It's the evidence that your tears weren't wasted, your sacrifices weren't in vain. But don't forget, wealth is never just about you. It's about impact. It's about the doors that open for others because of your obedience. Imagine the young man who grows up in poverty but sees the scholarship you funded, and suddenly his whole life changes. Imagine the family who didn't know where their next meal would come from, but your generosity showed up just in time. Imagine the missionary who dreamed of reaching nations but lacked resources until you came alongside them. That's what being a millionaire means in God's plan. It means you're an answer to someone else's need. And maybe you feel unqualified. Maybe you're looking at your flaws, your mistakes, your imperfections, wondering why God would choose you. But that's the beauty of it. God doesn't pick the perfect. He perfects the picked. He doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. Your past doesn't disqualify you from wealth. It prepared you to appreciate it. Your struggles didn't weaken you. They deepened your compassion, your wisdom, your empathy. And those qualities are exactly what keep money from corrupting you. Don't think for a moment that money is evil. It's not. The love of money is. And because your love is rooted in God, money will never own you. It will serve you. It will serve your vision, your calling, your mission. That's why he's pouring it into your life, because he knows it won't stop with you. It will flow through you. You won't just buy things. You'll build things. You won't just consume. You'll contribute. You won't just live wealthy. You'll live purposeful. And wealth doesn't always show up the way you expect. Sometimes God gives you ideas before he gives you income. Sometimes he puts people in your path before he puts profit in your pocket. Sometimes he closes doors that look good so he can open doors that are great. And when you learn to trust his process, you'll realize he was preparing your millionaire season all along. The connections, the skills, the lessons, they're all deposits into your future. Nothing is wasted. Every season was a setup for what's next. Picture yourself walking into this reality, not weighed down by stress, not bound by debt, not held back by fear, but walking in freedom, walking in purpose, walking in abundance. Picture the confidence of knowing you can say yes when God says give without hesitation. Picture the joy of knowing your family is secure, your future is stable, your legacy is established. That's what God is building in you. That's what being a millionaire in his plan looks like. But remember, this abundance requires accountability. Don't expect God to bless carelessness. He's not giving you wealth to waste. He's giving you wealth to steward. That means discipline in your decisions, integrity in your actions, humility in your success. Because the moment pride enters, you forget the source. But when you stay rooted, wealth won't drift you away from him. It will draw you closer because you'll see just how much you need him to manage it. And yes, there will be tests. Not everyone will celebrate you. Some will question your motives. Some will envy your blessings. Some will even try to sabotage your progress. But wealth given by God comes with his protection. You don't need everyone's approval when you have his assignment. You don't need validation from people when you have validation from heaven. So let them talk. Let them doubt. You keep building. You keep giving. You keep living in alignment with the vision he gave you. One day you'll look back and realize that everything that once felt like loss was really investment. Every closed door was really redirection. Every delay was really development. And when the millions are in your hands, you'll understand why the journey had to take the turns it did. You'll see that God wasn't withholding from you. He was protecting you, shaping you, strengthening you for the weight of the blessing. Because being a millionaire isn't just about having more. It's about being more. More patient, more generous, more disciplined, more impactful. God isn't just giving you money. He's giving you influence. He's giving you reach. He's giving you a platform to show the world what it looks like when faith meets abundance. People will look at your life and see more than wealth. They'll see a testimony. They'll see proof that when God raises someone up, no force on earth can stop it. And through it all, you'll know one thing for sure: you didn't make yourself a millionaire. God did. And if he did it, it's not temporary. If he did it, it's not fragile. If he did it, it's not fake. It's real, it's rooted, it's lasting. Because blessings from God don't just lift you up, they sustain you. They don't just change your life, they change lives around you. That's why he's making you a millionaire. And when the day comes that you step into this season, you'll notice something shifting inside of you. Money won't intimidate you anymore. It won't feel foreign or unreachable. It will feel like the natural reward of all the inner work you've been doing for years. You'll recognize that wealth didn't just show up overnight. It was growing with you. Every habit you built, every lesson you learned, every sacrifice you made was wealth in another form. And now it's simply showing up in numbers to reflect what God already placed within you. There's a reason God is moving you into this kind of abundance. He's calling you to be an example, not the kind of example that makes others jealous, but the kind that makes them believe again. Because when they see your story, they'll see their own possibility. They'll realize that if God could do it for you, through all your obstacles, your setbacks, your struggles, then maybe he can do it for them too. That's the power of a life lived in overflow. It doesn't just provide, it inspires. And yes, there will be pressure. Managing wealth is a responsibility. It requires wisdom, patience, and discernment. But God isn't giving it to you so you can crumble under the weight. He's giving it to you because you're strong enough to carry it. You've proven that your character can handle what your prayers have been asking for. And he's not going to let you step into this unprepared. Every trial shaped your backbone. Every delay sharpened your vision. Every challenge toughened your spirit. You're ready now. Even if you don't feel like it. You won't just be a millionaire in the bank, you'll be a millionaire in spirit, rich in hope, rich in love, rich in peace. Because money without peace is misery, but wealth with peace is freedom. And that's the gift God is giving you, not just finances, but fullness, not just wealth, but wholeness. You'll be able to look around and know you are living in a blessing that money alone could never buy. The joy of giving, the fulfillment of purpose, the legacy of impact that's priceless. And don't underestimate how strategic God is with your story. He knows the exact moment to release overflow. He knows the timing that will not only bless you, but also bless those connected to you. Because it's never just about your elevation, it's about a ripple effect. When God increases you, he's increasing everyone tied to your obedience. Your family, your community, your circle. All of them are about to feel the impact of what God is placing in your hands. Some people might wonder why it took so long. But delay isn't denial. Delay is development. God was building a millionaire in secret before he revealed a millionaire in public. And now, when it's your time, no man, no circumstance, no system can stop it. Because what God ordains, he sustains. What he promises, he performs. And wealth that comes from him is unstoppable. So walk boldly into this season. Don't shrink, don't apologize, don't hide your blessing. Shine with it, share with it, steward it, because God is making you a millionaire, not just so you can live better, but so you can help others live better. He's entrusting you with more because he knows you'll do more with it. And every time you use what he gave you to bless someone else, heaven will smile because that's exactly why he put it in your hands. And with every step you take into this new level, you'll realize that money was never the true goal. It was always about growth, always about the person you had to become in order to carry it. Because the truth is, wealth without wisdom can crush a person, but wealth with wisdom creates legacy. That's why God allowed you to face situations that humbled you, that taught you discipline, that shaped your perspective. So when the millions arrive, they won't define you. They'll serve you. And when you wake up in that season, you won't just see numbers in your account. You'll see opportunities everywhere. You'll start noticing doors you never saw before. You'll have the resources to walk through them and the faith to recognize which ones were truly meant for you. That's the gift of divine provision. It doesn't just give you money, it gives you clarity. It gives you the ability to say yes to what matters and no to what doesn't. But remember, this isn't just about what you gain, it's about what you give. God is making you a millionaire so you can shift atmospheres, so you can walk into places filled with lack and leave them filled with hope. So you can be the person who makes the impossible possible for someone else. Because while you were asking God to bless you, someone else was asking God to send them help. And he's answering both prayers through the same act, your increase. And when those moments come, when someone's eyes fill with tears because your generosity changed their life, you'll understand why the wait was worth it. You'll realize that all the nights you felt unseen were just preparation for the days when you'd be a light to so many. Because this isn't about flaunting wealth, it's about fulfilling purpose. And nothing feels more fulfilling than knowing you've become the answer to someone else's cry. There will be challenges along the way, of course. With wealth comes responsibility, with influence comes pressure. But you won't be walking into this alone. The same God who opened the door for you will walk with you through it. He will give you discernment when opportunities come your way. He will give you peace when choices feel heavy. He will give you strength when the burden feels too much. Because he didn't bring you this far just to leave you. And you'll find that the more you give, the more you receive, not because you're chasing wealth, but because you're aligning with heaven's principle. When you release what God has given you, he multiplies it. When you pour out, he pours back in. That's why millionaires who are aligned with him never run dry. They are always in overflow because they are connected to the source of endless supply. So don't let fear hold you back. Don't let doubt whisper that you don't deserve this. You've been prepared for this. Every struggle, every setback, every test was shaping you for this moment. You've carried lack long enough. Now it's time to carry abundance. You've walked in faith when resources were scarce. Now it's time to walk in overflow with the same faith. And when people look at you, when they see the way you live, the way you give, the way you lead, they won't just see wealth, they'll see a testimony. They'll see proof that God still raises people, that he still answers prayers, that he still turns struggle into strength and lack into legacy. And you'll smile, not because of what you have, but because of who you've become in the process. So when the blessing shows up, don't shrink back and don't doubt yourself. Stand tall in the truth that this was never about luck. It was about purpose. This was never about chasing wealth. It was about carrying responsibility. God is making you a millionaire because he knows you will use it to build, to heal, to restore, and to give. You are the vessel he can trust, the one he has prepared, the one he has chosen. And when you walk in that calling, your life will not just speak of success. It will speak of significance. Your story will remind the world that when God raises someone up, he doesn't just bless them. He blesses generations through them.